You ready, bud?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, we can cover reading your stuff.
This thing says a lifetime duration of need.
Lifetime duration. What is that?
It's for it's basically the I gotta get a brace for my stomach after surgery.
Oh, geez.
Post surgery, yeah, they gotta put a brace. They gotta put a catheter in my pee hole after surgery.
Lord have mercy. When and your surgery is in the first week of February?
The last day of January, I think the 30th or 31st or whatever. I gotta go in for pre-op.
Gotcha. So they gotta put a brace around your stomach.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because you're getting back surgery.
Yeah.
And then they gotta put a catheter in your piss hole
For like a day or two.
Oof, golly. Yeah, that's just not gonna be. I mean, at least, granted,
I'll be
it's
asleep,
a day or
but I'm
two.
gonna wake up. I'm be like, okay. So,
Yeah, you're gonna feel that. You're
okay.
Yeah.
And I asked the patient easily, and the doctor, surgeon looked at me. He's like, "It's quite a bit."
I mean, that's one of those one-way play. I mean, God made that to be one way.
Yeah.
I mean, man. Whew. Yeah, that's. But you got to do what you got to do, man. You got. I mean, it's part of the healing process.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure your viewers are tired of being in this yellow
No, they don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. If anybody's watching me or you for fashion, they need to. There's nothing fashion about this. Don't even worry about that. It's warm, and plus it's been a few days since you've been in the Tesla, so you got it washed. You know, people do wash. Okay, we got
like
a work truck coming up here. We slow down a little bit. Wait till they go. Perfect timing too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Go ahead, Sin. You were saying?
Oh, I got like 6 of these, and apparently, I got 4 of them I haven't worn yet.
Something Sin would never say unless he knew there was somebody filming. Nah. Yeah, nobody cares about that. Everybody knows. Yeah, you're a construction worker, dude. You got like 6 or 7 of the same things. Simple, basic. Keep me warm, keep me clean, cover all the parts of my body that need to be covered so that I don't get burned or brazed, hurt. Yeah, that's what it is. This ain't Rodeo Drive. This is Porter, Texas.
Yeah, I looked at the weather, man. It's all the storm just went around us, but we're supposed to get hit about 11 o'clock.
You talking about the winter?
Yeah, the winter little storm they got coming.
The cold front. Yeah, let's see. It's showing on my Tesla screen 43 degrees. Man, I tell you what, I was saying yesterday. When I went out at night, it was like about 43. But man, it actually felt better at night last night than it did during the day because of the wind. Remember how bad the wind yesterday just made it feel like it was in the 20s.
Yeah, that wind will get you sick.
Yeah.
The weather's the wind.
Yeah, the wind will. You're right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even without wind, I'm sure that single-digit weather is pretty bad. But when that wind gets going, whew, yeah, it. Of course, I think we did get down into the 30s, like absolute thermometer weather yesterday. I think it could dip down into the high 30s, but that 10 to 15 mile an hour wind made it feel like it was in the 20s. But yeah, it's all overcast today. It's just gloomy today. Look at this. Just overcast, cold. Oop, that dude just ran a red stop sign. Oh well. We come to our 0 mile per hour NHTSA stop. You know what I mean when I say, you've heard me say that before, NHTSA stop. You know what I mean when I say NHTSA? National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration. So okay. Most people don't come to a 0 mile per hour stop, right? If you think about it, when most people come up to a stop sign, there ain't anybody there. Like right here, watch. We're gonna come to a 0 mile per hour dead horse stop. And then we're gonna move in behind that Chevy. Well, actually, we're not gonna move in behind that Chevy. We're gonna wait for that vehicle because they got the right of way. But in most vehicles, we would have already been behind that Chevy, right? Because they would have just rolled into it. What kind of Chevy is that? Chevy, I can't tell. Their letters are blacked out.
It's probably like an Equinox or something.
I think you're right. It's nice looking. I like that color too.
Like a souped up Equinox, yeah.
All right, they got the right of way. We don't have any oncoming traffic, and so we go. Handled that railroad intersection really well. My friend is somewhere out there. He doesn't come out until it's nighttime though. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, your buddy? Yeah.
My buddy, man. He doesn't come out. He only comes out at night, and only if I'm alone. I think he's a little racist. I don't think he likes you or two being in my car. You know what I'm saying? I think he may be old school. He probably left us back in the 50s or 60s, not
yeah.
in the current time frame. But if I'm alone and it's nighttime, every once in a while he'll come out and he'll say, "Hey."
Or it could have been someone that had, for the believers, probably someone that got in an accident right there.
Yeah.
Just like,
no, my guess is it's some meth addict that got hit by a car out there. But it's been a couple of times. I mean, one time obviously was like really weird and on camera, but there's been like one other time where.
Oh, you had another.
Yeah, but it wasn't as like blatant as when he actually showed up on my Tesla screen. He chose to manifest himself. Now, to everybody out there, this is all tongue-in-cheek. We're not like, look at this, watch this, getting across all the lanes. That's pretty nifty right there, huh, Sin? Yeah. So now I've got my channels veering off into the ghost channel. People are going to tune in just to hear about the old ghost of Knox Road and 494. Well, there's something there. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it is just gloomy today. Look at this. Picking up some good speed. We're going about 80 in a 65, but you'll attest for me, Sin, going 80, 79 or 80 right here on this stretch of highway, not out of the norm, right?
Yeah, it's not.
It's maybe a little on the high side. I mean, we are, and this isn't going to mean anything to you, but we are in the hurry mode. I specifically chose hurry mode, so I'm not.
They got that mode?
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you about that?
No.
Oh, yeah, sorry, dude. I told everybody else. I didn't tell you, my own brother-in-law.
Oh.
So Tesla's got 3 modes of FSD. So it has really kind of 3 different personalities. You can choose the personality you want your FSD to have. So there's hurry mode, normal mode. So hurry, normal, chill. So if you want to be a Sunday afternoon driver, you want to stay in the right lane, you don't want to change a lot of lanes. Hey, even if traffic starts slowing down in the right, you're just not that concerned about trying to hightail it around people. If you need to get into a gap, you want the Tesla to just wait until it's the widest gap. You know what I'm saying? That type of, like, some people are just chill drivers.
Yeah.
Right? Some people are not that concerned about getting to their destination in 19 minutes and 43 seconds and I need to go right now. Right? Some people are just, no, just get me in the car and get there. I don't, and don't jerk me around. Don't get all over the highway. Don't, try to be as aggressive as possible. So that's chill. Then there's normal mode. And as the name says, it's probably like a normal driver. So probably a little bit more than chill. Like, they don't want to be trying to find the slowest, or the fastest moving lane along the highway every single second. But do they want to get around slow moving vehicles? Yes. But when you get around that vehicle, I need you to pop me all the way back over to the right as soon as possible. And I'm fine hanging out in the right lane. Taking gaps in between cars, I'm fine with you taking gaps. But, you know, and in fact, you can be a little more aggressive for me than the chill guys. But I still want it to be, you know, I need you to have a sizable gap. Hurry mode, Sin?
Yeah.
That's like, we're gonna go B to the W on the highway, like you just saw. We're gonna be we're probably gonna be the fastest, you know, one of the fastest, even if not the fast. We're gonna go wherever traffic is going. We're gonna be at the top end of traffic. We're not gonna take you faster than traffic's going, but we're gonna be in the left lane quite a bit. We're gonna get you out of the left lane when we're past all the slow traffic. But just be forewarned, in the hurry mode, I am going to have you in the left lane quite a bit. So you better be comfortable with that. All right, we got some merging. Let me just see how we do here with merging traffic coming in. Doing good. Got a Nissan something or another trying to get in front of that. They don't, yeah, Nissan Versa. I've never even heard of the Versa. There's so many different little Nissans out there. Yeah, they all look the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hurry mode is like, we're gonna, and then if you need to take a gap, dude, I've seen it take gaps in the hurry mode, Sin, that to my human eye, I did not think we had the space. But the computer, who knows that space down to the millimeter, knew we had it and took it. And I was just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you ever like seen a gap and you're like, to my human eye that we may have it, but I just don't know for sure, so I'm just going to stay here. And in the hurry mode, it'll take some, to your human eye, it may not, like, man, I might have just stuck back there. But it took it and it was good to go. And so you're on the hurry mode, you as the supervisor in the driver's seat, you are basically saying, I am good to go with you taking the most, I don't even like to say aggressive, but to the highest level of trust in the system. So I always tell people, like, if you don't have that, don't use it. Like, do not use the hurry mode. In fact, most people probably, like, the comments that I get from folks, I'm gonna tell you, 90% of you should not be in the hurry mode. You would be so much happier. And I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody's gonna complain about something, right? But a lot of the stuff I get is like, man, I think you'd probably be happier in the chill mode or the normal mode. Just and I'm not saying that as like, that's not a quality statement. That's just, it is what it is. People have different personalities. I'm perfectly fine in the hurry mode, but I will fully acknowledge that my level of comfort with certain things, like I said, I flew with my feet outside of a helicopter for 6 years of my life, right? Being dropped into hot LZs, hot landing zones. For those 6 years, I lived in the bottom of an Amtrak tank. So my level of comfort of a ride is going to be completely different than the typical, you know, human wanting to be shuttled around. So I do the hurry mode because I want people to see all the bells and whistles, everything that this software can do, right? But when they roll out these cybercab robo-taxis, my guess is going to be they're going to have those on the chill or normal mode most of the time for most customers. But you may have that one or two customers every now and then that's like, nah, I need to get there now. And let's put it on. In fact, they may even put a different mode on there. Kamakatna, not crazy mode, but
turbo mode or something?
Terrible mode. Turbo mode. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hey, so is this voice activated? Like, you be like,
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. They are getting there. That is going to be, let me get a quick sip of this because I'll need to put it down. I'm reluctant to hold on to my coffee much because the camera the in-cabin camera that monitors me as the supervisor is still so sensitive that even if I'm holding coffee or like a Coke Zero or a Monster, water in my hand, it will, after a while, it'll flash at me like, hey, we detect something in your hand, and it doesn't know for sure what it is, so it's going to default to thinking I'm holding my phone. And so it's going to beep at me and either tell me to put it down or to get out of FSD. So, yeah, it's not... it's getting a little bit better. Like, I can, like a bottle of water, I guess because it's clear, I can hold like a bottle of water for a pretty good long while, and it won't be... But something like that right there, because it's not clear, it's just not going... It's not going to ascertain it immediately as, oh, that's coffee, so you're good to go. You're just drinking coffee. And if it can't figure it out, it's just going to assume you're trying to read your phone, that you're scrolling through your phone, and it's going to beep at you until you put that son of a gun down now, or I'm putting you out of FSD. So before I went on that little soapbox thingamajiggy, you were saying something, and I was going to answer you, and I forgot now.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, the voice activated.
Oh, voice activated, yeah. So there are a few things in the Tesla that are voice activated. So if we wanted to, like right when we get in the car, when we get in the Tesla at the very beginning, and I'm not going to do it now, obviously, but if I push one of like that button right there on the right side, it'll trigger voice activation, and I can say, take me home, and it'll immediately pull up the address to our house, and put in the navigation towards our house. And so when I push the blue button, it'll take us directly home, so I don't have to manually enter addresses. You can push the button and say, take me to such and such a place. And as long as you're descriptive enough about where it is, it'll pull up the navigation for that place. And then when you push the button, it'll take you there. Now, the problem is with that is, like, a lot of places that you go to, there's a ton of them. So if I were to say, like, take me to the HEB, it's going to pull up 18 of them, right?
Yeah.
Because there's probably, within a 20-mile radius of me, there's about 8. Well, I'm being facetious. It's probably not that many, but there's a lot of HEBs around us. Or take me to a convenience store. There's going to be a ton of those. Or take me to the Exxon Mobil. So you're going to still have to be either much more descriptive, like take me to the HEB on North Park Drive, then it'll pull up the exact one. So it's pretty cool that it's got that, but that's about it right now for voice activation. So what they're going to do in upcoming software releases, they are going to have things that are like not just navigation that's voice activated, but actual operation of the car. So like you can voice activate, say like, put me in reverse and reverse me into that parking spot. Or, I know I've got the navigation in, but I need you to go ahead and take this exit now. That type of thing. So it does not have that yet. It doesn't have, so you can literally, you will be able to, at least in a supervised Tesla, where it's still got the steering wheel and the pedals and all that sort of stuff. Not a cyber, well, maybe even there too. But yeah, you'll be able to do part of your navigation and driving of the vehicle through voice activation. And so I would say that everything you have voice activated in your GMC Sierra, it's got here, and maybe a little bit more like the navigating you somewhere, but it doesn't have like driving yet. But I'm assuming like your GMC Sierra, you can't drive your GMC Sierra through your voice, right? So,
no.
And you will be with a Tesla pretty soon. I don't know if that's coming in the next release or maybe 1 or 2 after that. But it's definitely on the, they've said it, it's coming in a upcoming software release. We got, it looks like we got a semi with its hazards on parked to the right, but we should have enough room here to get around it and then get on 45 north, but need to make sure I'm just paying attention. Good job, good job. Yep, there we go. It's a heck of a place for the semi to kind of like right before people are going to get off on an exit to a major interstate. It's kind of dangerous right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably should have picked a spot maybe up there. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, maybe he stalled out right there. Same for this dude. He's parking right where people are about to get. Why do people select like the worst spots? Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just looking to get a new car. I mean, he's not going to get a new semi out of that because nobody's going to damage him. The Subaru Outback. From, you can tell where they went to college. Hook 'em Horns. Who, by the way, they made it through Arizona State the other weekend, huh?
Barely, yeah.
Barely. Man, I thought they weren't either.
Yeah, Arizona gave them a good game.
They gave them a great game. I honestly, Arizona State should have won that game.
Yeah.
But they just, at the end, I guess old Sark, he had enough jokers up his sleeve to pull that one out. I'm going to tell you what, if Texas would have ended up losing that game, I mean, there would have been some soul searching on that one. I mean, I still think Sark's a great coach. I think he's the guy for them. And look, I mean, he's got them in the college playoffs, and they've won a round of the playoffs. But that would have been pretty bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want anybody who is an Arizona State fan to take offense to that. Y'all, I mean, y'all shouldn't. Y'all should have won that game. Y'all look great. That fourth quarter of Arizona State, that was one of the best comebacks in a fourth quarter I've ever seen by a team. But let's just be blunt. Arizona State should never even been in that game with Texas on paper.
Yeah.
Who was it? Penn State, Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's going to be next.
That's the next one. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I probably favor Penn State in that one.
Yeah, Penn State's pretty good.
I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State wins it all. Penn State's got a pretty solid. Ohio State, though, man, they're tough too. That's a tough out right there.
Yeah, they've always been tough.
Yeah. So I guess the way the playoffs fell is Penn State and Ohio State could see each other in the national championship, right?
Yeah.
Technically, see, yeah, I think so. I have to check the brackets on that one. Man, everybody in the Midwest would love that. Penn State, Ohio State, whew, that Western Pennsylvania, South Central Ohio, well, hell, all of Ohio. And God knows those people, they've been through a lot in the last 30, 40 years, right? So they deserve a good football team. Same to the people of Western PA. Just been shellacked. Our country just sold all those people out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Rust Belt. All right, looks like we are. Oh, okay, that's why it was going slow. I was like, why are we going so slow? But it's because the lane ends. Okay. Every time I try to second guess Tesla FSD, she's generally 99.99999% right, and I'm wrong. There we go, perfect. I'd have gone hightailing it around that thing and then run out of room. All right, we got a merge here with this long neck. How we do?
That's a long trailer right there.
That is a long trailer, but we assess it perfectly. Look at that. Look how it shows up on the UI though. It shows up as a straight truck, as a regular truck. But I don't care, as long as it knows. To me and you, we can give crap whether it knows that's a trailer or a straight truck, right? As long as you don't hit it. That is a long trailer. That must be for cars. Looks like we're going to be on here for about 3.5 miles. So it's going to try to get all the way over to the left and just get around all these jokers. And we're on 45 North. This is one of the busiest highways in the entire state of Texas, and probably the busiest section. Well, I take that back. The 45 goes through Dallas too. It gets pretty busy there, but it's definitely one of the busier sections of the busiest highway of the state. Now look how just overcast and gloomy it is. Those, I think that, no, never mind. Or I thought those were the Anadarko, the old Anadarko buildings. I could be, it's been so long. Yeah, so we're basically going through the southern tip, the southern edge of the Woodlands. So the Woodlands is a really big subdivision. I hate to call it suburb, but I think those are the old Anadarko buildings. And Anadarko is now owned by Occidental, which is a big Warren Buffett company. Yep, those are the old Anadarko buildings. Where are they? But yeah, the Woodlands. Woodlands is a nice area too, isn't it, Sin?
Yeah, I like the Woodlands.
Yeah, the Woodlands is probably like, for folks that are thinking like, hey, I'm thinking about moving to Houston, what is just the overall, just quality of life, bang for your buck. I'm willing to pay maybe a little bit extra per square foot just for quality of life, but not too much. I don't want to live inside the loop in Houston. So I'm okay being a little bit of a driving distance to downtown, but not too, not too bad. And I may even have my office in the Woodlands. Like the Woodlands is probably the #1 place, like the #1 all around subdivision of the greater Houston metro area. And it shows. We got a lot of folks. All right, we're doing a little merging here. I'm gonna slow down a bit for this Ford Sport. Perfect job. Great job. They weren't wanting to merge that well, but we taught them how to merge, right, Sin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Woodlands. I mean, back in the day when I went out to Kingwood, the thing that was the selling point for Kingwood was which is different than the Woodlands, obviously. We're over in the Kingwood area, was the school district. But I mean, the Woodlands has got a great school district too. And the other thing, I take that back. It wasn't just the school district, because Woodlands has got a great school district, but the price per square foot is a little cheaper in Kingwood than it is the Woodlands, right? So I was telling people, in Kingwood, you could find a nice home in Kingwood for about $100 to $125 a square foot. The Woodlands is going to run you a little bit more than that. Woodlands is probably going to be more in that 150, 175. I could be off a little bit, but I think directionally I'm right. If Kingwood is in that 100 to 125, where you can find a nice, 3,000 square foot home, 3,500 square foot home, 4,000 square foot home, Woodlands is going to be more in that 150 to 175. You're going to pay a little bit more, but I think the quality of life here is probably just a tick better than Kingwood, right? Just everything that it's got. More built out. It's got its own theater, right? The Cynthia Woods Pavilion. You can go see concerts. Definitely got more restaurants. Much better mall. Like the Woodlands Mall compared to Deerbrook is it's way better. All right, we're going up here about another quarter mile, and it looks like we're taking a right. We should be coming close. Yeah, okay, we're gonna take a right, and then we should be around where your doctor's off. Now the thing is, what was interesting about the directions you sent me is that it's like one of those weird drop pin things. Not weird,
yeah,
but it like dropped a pin, and that's the way it showed. And even when you look up the place, it's like a drop pin. It wasn't like a specific, name of an office, which is fine. So we'll just see where the navigation takes us. Looks like it's taking us to the right. That's the little office park over here, but we'll see. And don't worry, we'll let the Tesla come to a stop, and then
it's right there.
Yep, there we go. Utility work ahead. So let's just see where it takes us to, and then I'll get you to a better spot. Whoa, okay, where are we going? Well, it's gonna go behind. Well, okay, it's gonna go behind and then come around. So I think it did this because that car was oncoming. I think we should have probably stayed to the left, even though generally speaking you want to stay to the right when you're driving most places. And then we got security over here, so unless that security guard, okay, good, they're moving, so it's going to have us go all the way around, and we're good. We got here early. Your thing's not till 10, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not backed up with all types of customers.
Yeah. Okay, to get out, we're gonna have to do kind of a U-turn. I guess I'd call this a U-turn. So I would call that a little bit of a navigation snafu there. That wasn't the best in the world, but I understand what happened. It was tight. You could go left or right, and there was a car at the left coming right to us. So it chose to go the path of least resistance. And it looks like it's going to get us. Let's see where it's going to. Is it going to try to park us or just drop us off somewhere? Come on, park us, baby. Park us. I was just figuring out this parking lot still. I'm thinking it's just gonna say get it. Yep. All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's see how it does in this parking lot getting out. Hopefully it doesn't take us behind the building again. Looks like, well, I don't know. What's it gonna do here? Just let it do its thing. Oh, it's gonna, let's see. Yep, it's going to take us behind the building again. But you know what? It just rerouted. So it's going to take us to in and out. And it wanted to go out that way, but that would have just been impossible. That would have been an almost impossible task because the intersection's right there. So to get over to that U-turn from there would have been like, you can't do it. So it is. Let's see. Well, we've gotten to see the back of all these businesses today twice.
Yeah, how much they don't clean it?
Yeah. All right, let's see how we do here.
Wonder why they put up all them pest traps, because they don't clean it.
Yep. All right, coming out of here.
This is a pretty big hospital.
It is. This is Methodist.
Yeah.
This is the whole Methodist. So Methodist, man, they have places all over town. Yeah, this is huge, man. Yeah, obviously their biggest place is in the medical center, but man, they've got places everywhere.
Yeah,
this
so
is a big complex. Go ahead.
So they made me a cast.
So explain that to me again. How, like, it's not like a cast like you put around a broken leg or something like that. It's not like plaster or something.
Well, they don't use plaster, they use fiberglass.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently I told them you guys need 8 rows because I think I gained a lot of weight. And they're like, wow, 8 rows? I was like, all right. So apparently it wasn't 8 rows, it was only 3. He actually had 8 rows on standby. But yeah,
8 rolls.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that much. So what they did, they made 2 T-shirts, whatever. It just looks like a white beater. What they call white beater. You know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like, not really. It looks like one of those like wrap.
Yeah.
Thing you wrap around your feet, or
Yeah, like an ace bandage.
Yeah, it looks like that, but kind of thin. It was that color, but not that thick of material in it. They had 2 of those. They had me put it on. Thank God I put on some deodorant today. Yeah.
Took a shower and put on some deodorant.
Yeah, I had to lift up my arms. I was like, hey, let me know if there's some.
So you didn't kill any of them?
No, they're like, we're good.
All right, we're gonna have to make a move now. You're gonna have to make a move. All right, how are you gonna do it? You gonna be able to do it? Wow. Dude, Sin, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I thought we were gonna be stuck there for a while. I saw all that traffic coming down the feeder.
Oh yeah.
See, that's where the hurry mode came in. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now it would have never been able to get. Well, now I see why it rerouted. When I said it was impossible to go around that, I literally meant it was impossible. There was no road to get to this U-turn unless you came through there. So that's where navigation helped out too. I didn't realize that U-turn started so far back. Oh, that Elantra. Yep. See, they tried to get over here. Had to. Let's see. We're not that far from the In-N-Out. Looks like about 3 miles. And it's on the way home anyway.
Yeah, it's on the way. If it wasn't on the way, I wouldn't.
Nah, don't even worry about it. Even if it wasn't on the way home, dude. Doesn't matter. Man, that Texas Children's Hospital is pretty big, dude. I want to say the place you were at for a rehab. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, that's Vytalis. Excuse me.
Go ahead. Go. Do whatever you got.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak with Mr. Is it Go?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Tammy with your primary care doctor's office. I was giving you a call on the handicap parking placard.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the provider to give me the okay if it's okay to create it for you.
Okay, the provider, Dr. Engel or the insurance?
Jeff Angel. I'm still waiting on a response from him.
Okay. All right.
So as soon as he gives me the okay, I'll give you a call and let you know that it's been completed, okay?
Okay, because I have surgery too coming up. He knows it.
Okay.
So you think it could be done today or by early morning tomorrow? Because I got to put...
Yeah, let me find out who's, because I think he's on vacation. Let me find out who's managing his stuff and let me ask him, okay?
Okay, if you guys need to call my surgeon, I'm pretty sure they'll okay it.
Okay. I'll give you a call back.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's going on?
I'm trying to get a handicap placard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you were staying at. I knew it looked familiar around here. That's where you stayed for rehab right there.
Yeah, they got some beautiful nurses in that rehab.
You ever talk to them?
I do. I talk to them. I make them laugh.
You still talk to them today?
No. I didn't get no numbers.
Oh.
I told them I was coming back after the surgery, but...
Yeah, you will be back over there after your back surgery, right?
The surgeon said I don't need it.
He said you won't need rehab?
Yeah, that's what he told me last time.
Well, on one hand, that'll be really good if you don't need it. On the other hand, you don't get to see those nurses again.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what's more important.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm taking a right here.
You know, they tell me about their career and stuff.
Yep.
Some of them went from physical therapy to nursing, and
that's good for them, man. That's a good career path right there.
Yeah. That's something I want to get my daughter into.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, it's one of the best career paths you can do because, you know, especially if you're like a people person, right? You're around people all the time. You're helping humanity. You get paid really well, and you can do it anywhere. Like no matter, like you can like everywhere you go, they need nurses, right? It's the most portable job you could have is being a nurse, because you can literally pick up and go anywhere in the country and have work, right?
Yeah. There's when I was in Louisville, when I had that surgery, there was nurses trying to get to Texas, but they said Texas region, you know, they don't pay much. And she looked up, she said, "Oh, whoa, it just went up." You know, they love Texas, man. People.
I guarantee you, nurses in Houston, Texas, get paid much more than nurses in Louisville, Kentucky. That I can promise you. So I don't know where they were looking at in Texas, but this is the medical center for the world. So we get the best of all of it here. So when you go to any, like you've seen it, like we've been to 3 different parts of Houston, and each part of like the medical center part of it was just humongous with tons of people, right? All right, we got a caution yellow left turn here. So we can take a left, but we have to wait until, there we go. I like read it perfect.
I like how it stood behind the double lines.
Yeah, it stood behind the line too. Didn't try to poke its nose out there in traffic. Yeah, but yeah, that'd be if that's something Ariel's interested in. I mean, you just got to be interested in it, right? You don't want to do it if it's not something that would keep you interested. Tejas Research and Engineering. Yeah, we're deep in the Woodlands now.
Yeah, what's talented about my daughter, she can speak English and Spanish.
Yeah, she's bilingual, and that comes in really handy too. Heck, in Houston, I would argue in Houston and parts of Southeast Texas, it's almost, well, obviously it's mandatory, but it's getting to that point where you need to be able to speak some Spanish. And so doesn't just speak it, she's bilingual. Speaks it like a native.
Yeah. She'll let me know if someone talking crazy about her dad.
Man, how you can have a Hispanic daughter and not have learned Spanish by now? Yeah. There ought to be a rule against that, Sin.
I know a little bit of Spanish.
You know a little. You know,
I know
poco.
I know a few words.
You need to know a little bit of that Espanol.
I just don't know sentences.
Yeah, you know how to get with the ladies in Spanish. That's about it.
Oh, it ain't too crowded.
Nah. Well, I mean, look what time it is. It's 10:39. All right, let's see what it does here in the. Well, I just want to see if it tries to park us, and then we'll go through the drive-through. I'm always curious of what it's going to do in a parking lot, or if it's just going to drop us off like a like a Uber. I think it's. Is it going to try to park us? Nah.
Because they don't know if you want to go through the drive-through.
Yeah, they don't know, because you could be just dropped off here. Yeah, and there's no way to pinpoint it through the drive-through. All right, well, we're going to go through the drive-through. Yeah, I like those jackets, those in and out jackets. Kind of snappy. I don't like the hats. Better than the McDonald's hats, though. Those poofy McDonald's hats.
Hi, sir.
Hey, how are you? Can we get a couple more of these peppers?
More?
Like three
more?
Yeah, I like these yellow peppers. They burn my nose.
Did you get your ketchup, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Is there any way we could put this in the back seat?
Yeah, hold on. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Leaving the drive-through of the In-N-Out. Slow down a little bit. I don't know what for. Just being cautious, I guess. Figuring out where it's at in the parking lot. get us out of the Woodlands here. Because, you know, when you're not from the Woodlands, sometimes it is a little bit confusing. Okay, which direction am I going? I'm just leaving it up to navigation to get us back over to the... We're not far. There we go. Get over to the right. So we're gonna go straight through. Oh, there's the Woodlands Mall. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot In and Out was right next to the mall. So just didn't know which side of the mall it was on.
Yeah, so them ladies, well, there was one lady, oh, I was like, where's the In-N-Out? She's like, I don't know. I don't eat In-N-Out.
It's like, I only eat Whataburger.
Yeah, she did say that. She's like, I'm from Texas. I don't eat.
Yeah.
All right, well. Yeah.
In-N-Out's fine. I mean, I won't lie. To me, Whataburger tastes better, but it's all what you've been raised on, right? You were raised on In-N-Out. You're from Southern California.
Oh,
so.
man, they love In-N-Out. Oh, speaking of Southern California, oh, man.
Yeah, I know, and it's terrible.
Them fires is outrageous. They got looters. They got, man, it's just...
Yeah, I heard about that too. It's like that. Of course, somebody's gonna do out of something terrible like that. Then all of a sudden, I even heard last night. Now, granted, you're never gonna know the total truth until the end.
Yeah.
But there's like arsonists getting in on the action now.
There's more fires.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to egg it on or something.
Yeah, California,
Keep it going.
Yeah, it's burning down, man. The prices out
Dude,
there.
California is just like, I mean, not the whole state, but it's just, I mean, literally and figuratively, it's burning to the ground.
Yeah. The price out there is outrageous. Man, In-N-Out would have been, what I ordered came up to $31 out over here. Out there, it would have been like, no lie, it would have probably been like $60.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had, while you were in there for your getting your medical stuff done, because I obviously, you know, I know a lot of people in Southern California.
Same
And man, I was, well, you obviously you do, because you were, that's where you're from there. You were raised there. So that's why I was going to ask you about that. But I'll just tell you anecdotally, for me, I was getting DMs from guys that are like, I'm done. Like, I'm moving. I'm like, and these are people I'm like, really? Like, they're like hardcore SoCal. And it's like, nah, this is it. I was, you know, I don't want to say it to them right now. Well, obviously I'm saying it on camera, but it's to a lot of the folks in LA, and maybe they knew this already and maybe they're about to find out, but you may have to move, because unless your California Coastal Commission changes, or unless your state government, the way the processes work there, you're not building something there for 3 to 5 years. Like, unless they completely overhaul how that place is run governmentally and regulatorily, you're not going to start building in 3 months. Good luck. All the permits you're going to have to like go get. I mean, it's just crazy. So some of it's like, even the folks that would want to stay, you're going to be forced out because of the regulatory mess that they have. Yeah, I just, man, California once again is a place, like, it's one of the most beautiful states in the country, if not the most beautiful state. Got some of the best people, the absolute best people I've ever met. But their government, the way that place is run, I mean, there are most places in Latin America I'd rather live than live under that regime.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. They just don't know how to run something. Anyway, I'm off and I'm just forewarned everybody, I don't know a damn thing I'm talking about. I'm born and raised in Texas. I am used to a very light touch from a regulatory or governmental standpoint. So I'm just not used to some of the things that y'all go through. But when it's my friends and my family that I see going through it, then it does piss me off. Like, other than that, I just look, I step back and I laugh at it. But when it's your own friends going through it, losing their homes, or having to evacuate or take in people, and they start getting then it switches to pissed off. I'm done. I don't know what anybody view. I have absolutely zero clue what it means to live in Los Angeles. Zero. So I could be completely wrong. Sin, let me end that. Just say you weren't born there. You were born in Green Bay, but that's a whole different story.
I was born in Vietnam, but
that's right. You were born in Vietnam. Yeah, I forgot about that. You were born in Vietnam when y'all escaped Vietnam. Let's just be blunt. the time y'all left, you escaped Vietnam at that time. I know that seems strange to people today, but back then in the early 80s, you escaped. Late 70s, early 80s. So you escaped Vietnam with your family, and y'all go to a refugee camp in Malaysia or Indonesia. So the first place y'all get to, your mom and dad get all of y'all. Really, the only one that wasn't with you at the time was 2, right? She was the only one born in the States. Y'all get on a boat, and y'all get to Indonesia, get to a refugee camp in Indonesia, and you're there for a while. And then you get on another boat, and you get to America. But y'all go, interestingly, y'all go to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
No, not Green Bay. Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around Wisconsin. Somewhere in Wisconsin. And so that's why you're a Green Bay Packers fan to this day.
I don't know. I just always liked them.
Well, that's because that's where you came to when you first came to America. And then y'all left. How old were y'all when you left Wisconsin and went to Long Beach?
To be honest, I wouldn't be able to.
You were that young. You were that young. So you don't even remember Wisconsin that well.
I don't. I remember good things. I remember bad things, and just it was crazy back then. But
yeah. Well, let me ask you. So there were some folks that weren't that welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine. I know you've told me stories, but we don't want to get on the bad stuff right now. That's a story for another day. Obviously, there were probably some folks that were very nice and welcoming to a young Vietnamese family, and I'm gonna guess there were some folks that were not so nice and welcoming. So anyway, but then y'all left there when you were real young, and y'all went to Long Beach, California, part of the greater LA area, and pretty much that's all you remember. And that's where you were raised, grew up, became a man, raised a family. And it wasn't until recently that you came to Texas. You came, I want to say it was probably about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, but I had a chance to move here, came down here, didn't like it. It was too hot.
Yeah.
Had no vehicle.
Well, that was before I met you.
Yeah, this is back in 2014.
Yeah, 2014. So I had not met Tu at that time. And so that was what it was, is I wasn't around yet. That's why you didn't like it. Then you met me and you're like, man, these Texans are fucking cool. I'm so off the language.
I mean, I met some friends during that week I was there, you know, some random people. People Sean knew and whatever.
Yeah. But it just wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah, it was too hot. It was.
Did you come during the summer?
Yeah, I didn't have no vehicle. I tried to take a bus to downtown, and it took like 4 hours.
So you cannot. You got to have a vehicle in Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably found that. So you probably came at the worst time of year, and you didn't have any support. Like you came to probably the most geographically large city in America, Houston, and you didn't have a car.
Yeah, they didn't have taxis. They didn't have Ubers back then.
Yeah, there's no taxis. There was no Uber at that time. Yeah, you can't get a taxi out in Sugar Land. Or well, y'all weren't.
I was in A-Leaf.
A-Leaf, yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no taxis would even come out to A-Leaf. Be honest with you.
I met some good people in the hood.
Yeah, no, there's always good people in the hood, but the taxis aren't going to go there. The taxi drivers don't give a shit about how many good people there are in A-Leaf. There's great people in A-Leaf.
And I kept talking about California. They're like, man, hey, don't be speak. Some people ain't gonna like what it's coming out your mouth. Like, I was like, damn, really? They're like, yeah, man, just respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You coming from over here, from over there, they just figure, and it's still like this to this day.
What, animosity in A-Leaf?
No, animosity towards California.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, A-Leaf's its own special place.
Yeah, it was hood.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, I wasn't scared. I was just like, there was some good people, man.
Yeah, there's good people. There's good people everywhere. You just got to find them.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where I could link back up with these people, but I guess they're just, I don't know how to get in touch with them, but
yeah, you know how that is.
Some dude, he took me on his routes. He was a delivery truck driver. And he took me out to eat to Hooters. You know what I mean?
Hey, anybody takes you to Hooters, man, that's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you did that, and then how long? And so but you went back to Long Beach. You were like, nah, this
I
ain't
kissed
for
the
me.
ground when I got off that plane.
But then, interestingly, so that was 2014. You go back to LA, Long Beach.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, that just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But then, literally 4 or 5 years later,
I magically came back.
you came back, and it was like, sometimes it takes that second go around, huh? And now you love Texas. You never go. I mean, granted, Long Beach is always going to be your home. I mean, that's in your blood. But I mean, you're pretty much through and through Texan now.
Yeah, but most of the time of the year, you know where I'm at. I'm all over the country.
Yeah, well, you're a construction worker, so you are by default. You're all. So let me, as a so you've been working construction since you've been here. You've been, how many different states do you think you've been to since you've? So I know obviously Texas.
I've been to
Louisiana.
Yeah, I've been to Louisiana.
Texas, Louisiana. We
Alabama,
know Kentucky, Alabama,
Kentucky,
Florida,
Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan,
Illinois.
Illinois, Indiana. Made some money, fly up to see my buddies in Utah.
Yep, Utah.
New Mexico, Oklahoma. Drove through Arizona. Yeah, man, Nevada. Don't forget Vegas.
Yeah, Nevada. Yep.
I don't go to Vegas a lot. I haven't been there in years.
Yeah.
Several, man, probably like a decade, but.
But just all the places where you actually worked on construction projects.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. You've been like, that's like half the United States.
And I've been through like, I would say 65% of Texas, and Texas is huge. It's like 5 states in one.
Yep. But I say all that to like, that's the life of a construction worker.
Oh man,
I don't think, I know you love it, but I think sometimes people don't realize how much sacrifice that construction workers make for our country. Because it's not just the fact that you're building everything that we, I mean, and just so everybody knows, you're into heavy industrial construction.
Deep foundation work.
Deep foundation work, rebar, laying foundation.
Yeah.
But you're like big
Drilling
shopping
piles,
centers, big buildings. So you're not home building.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We don't even do shopping centers. We do like stadiums.
That's right.
refineries.
You actually helped out for a while on the Tesla Gigafactory in Austin.
Yes.
Yeah, so Sinh here actually helped lay the foundation. I mean, he didn't work for Tesla, but you worked for the company that was a subcontractor for that.
Yes.
So Sinh right here actually laid the foundation for the Tesla Gigafactory in Austin, Texas.
Austin, yes.
Yep. So everything, all the interesting things that's going on there now, it's all happened 50 feet above all that rebar and concrete piles that you help pound into the Mother Earth for them.
I still got my Tesla ID.
Oh
badge.
yeah.
I still got my Tesla.
Oh,
badge.
they gave you a Tesla? Shit, I don't even have a Tesla ID, dude. And I'm driving around making videos. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, Tesla doesn't do anything. Just so everybody knows, I don't get paid anything by Tesla. This is all my passion. So I don't want anybody out there saying, oh, I knew it. You're working for Tesla. No, I am not.
No.
But Sinh did.
I work for a subcontractor that helped build the Gigafactory in Austin.
That's right. You helped build that Gigafactory in Austin. So
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, you've been all over the place. So I think a lot of folks don't realize the sacrifices that y'all make. So I know you personally look at it as you love it. That's you love building things. You're good at it. Everybody, and the fact that one of the reasons you've been to over half the country building stuff is because you're so good at it. Everybody wants you on their crew, but people don't I mean, that's a sacrifice too. You're on the road a lot. I mean, other than now, because you got injured, you know, because you've been having to rehab here and go through these multiple surgeries. Other than that, we see you probably 6 times a year, right? You come in for about a week. For, you know, we get to see you at holidays,
yeah,
maybe a week here and there for some vacation to chill, you know, rejuvenate yourself. But when things are normal, we probably see you 5 or 6 weeks out of the year, and that's it, because you're on the road. You're a road warrior.
Yeah, I love it. I meet a lot of friends, I meet new people.
Yeah.
I meet people's lifestyles. People actually they accept me. You know, sometimes I would have to pray, you know, to a higher upper. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, you can say whatever.
To God, like, you know, like, hey, I pray that, you know, I give, you know, meet people, you know.
Yeah.
People treat me like a human being, and, you know what I mean? Get accepted. That was the word that I was trying to say.
You feel accepted.
I pray that, you know, I get accepted, you know, there will be no negativity towards me and negative energy, and sure enough, everybody just is like, you know.
Well, that's because of your personality too.
Yeah.
Well, number one, you work your butt off. Like every foreman you've ever worked for has been like, you've been their number one guy, because you just work. You don't have. You've only got one switch. It's on. Go. So like the minute you get out there at 5 in the morning, you're just go for the next 12 hours. And a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people don't have that switch to just like, no, I'm here. Let's go. Let's get it done. So I know that they love that about, but also your personality.
Yeah, and, you know, how I teach people and how I could talk to people. You know, I mean, I keep it real with people. It's just,
of all different cultures too.
All different cultures. You know.
You could talk to somebody from the hood.
Yeah.
And you could talk to somebody that's highfalutin.
Yeah.
And you can talk to, you know, somebody northeast, somebody that's, you know, born and raised in Manhattan, and then you can talk to a redneck like me.
Yeah. It's just love, man. I just, you know, come out of love and just
now
respect, you know.
That is a great quality. That's why you're always going to be successful in this construction bit. We just got to get your back and neck back to 100%.
Yeah. Everybody's like, man, your health comes first, and
absolutely.
Don't worry about work right now. Just focus on your health. And apparently, you know, being at home, I gained like, well, I'll say 25 pounds. I'm 245 pounds now.
Woo!
Yeah,
man, that's like Junior Seau, man. You could.
Yeah, the least I weighed when I was doing construction was like 218.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're working. I mean,
you're fluctuate. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal, dude. Like so your fighting weight is like, I say fighting weight, like you're good. There's like 215 to 220, right? That's where you're healthy, and when you're working 12-hour days and, you know, getting around. I mean, of course but you've always been you eat good. Like, let's just be blunt. You can throw down the groceries.
Yeah.
Look at me. I can too. But your issue right now, it's not an issue. Is you can't get around. You obviously can't work right now because you just got done with a neck surgery and you're about to have a back surgery. Of course you can't work, and you're on short-term disability. But you can't even get around really that well yet to even walk. Like, you can walk around the neighborhood a little bit, but you can't even. So of course, and it's not like your appetite went anywhere.
I don't even think I could walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I tried a few times, but it's just too hard.
Yeah, I don't want to go halfway and have to use the restroom or something. You know.
The problem is would you say your appetite's about the same?
It has, you know, but there's no like physical exercise.
That's what I'm saying. You're eating about the same, but there's no way for you to expend it.
I'm not burning calories. I'm not burning calories at all. So I guess it's building up. And,
yeah.
Wait till I get, hopefully.
It'll drop off of you like melted butter. I've seen it happen to you before. I've seen, like, when you would go on like these longer vacations, and I'm like, you could see start putting on a little bit of weight. Like I said, it's just because you got a big appetite. So if you're not doing anything, when you have a big appetite and you don't do anything, you're gonna gain weight. I mean, it's just, that's a mathematical equation at that point. But I've also seen it where, bam, as soon as you get back to work and I see you again in 4 weeks, it's like all of it just dropped like melted butter off of your body. So I don't worry about that with you at all. And in fact, I would tell you right now, with all these surgeries you're going through and the rehab, you might be better off having a little bit of extra weight. Not too much, but I wouldn't worry. Like, if 220 is your normal weight and you're at 245 right now, I mean, that's not, I would say that's...
But you know, all that fat can turn to muscle too, so I'm just like...
Well, it doesn't turn to it, you just replace it. You can replace it like that. Yeah, you'll melt away the fat and replace it with muscle. But again, that's all just wait till you're able to rehab and get back to work. You don't need to be like, what are you trying to do? Get a 6-pack for the operating table?
No, man.
Them doctors ain't gonna give a crap about your abs. But you think you're gonna be getting ready for your back surgery, and you're like, oh my God, look at his obliques.
It's gonna take like 4 nurses to turn me over. Like, it took 2 the last time.
Like a turkey, like a butterball turkey.
Yeah, because they had to transfer me onto another what they call a stretcher.
Oh, we were gonna look for Vytalis, right?
Yeah, Vytalis.
Is it Vi?
Yeah, Vytalis.
Let's see if I can find Vytalis. Is that it?
Yes, right there, Vytalis.
Let's see if this one's it. Let's see. You tell me.
Yes, it is.
Is
I
that
see
it?
a picture. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go there first, and that's gonna. All right.
Yeah, it does that little U-turn right there.
Yeah, we're good. See, I told you. Wait till we get closer to home, because I bet you there's a bunch of Vitalises, because it's like a medical clinic, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be all. They're going to probably have 20 locations around Houston. So I wanted to make sure we pulled up the right one. Alrighty.
And hopefully it'll be a speedy recovery when after this next surgery.
Oh, it will be. It will be.
I read the paperwork, said anywhere for 6 to 9 months, but that surgeon said, no, you should be good after. You know, you should be back walking after, you know, a few weeks, hopefully. You know what
Well,
I mean?
you were, I mean, I thought you told me, like, they said that the back surgery wouldn't be as debilitating. Because the neck surgery, that was the worst one. And I want to say you were back on your feet in like a week and a half. I mean, granted, you weren't, you would get out of the bed in your rehab place and walk around the rehab center for a little bit and then have to get right back into the bed. But that was within like a week and a half, dude. So I don't worry about you. You're going to, whatever they say, I'm going to cut that in half with you. Your body knows how to heal itself up pretty quick. You got some of those X-Man genes in you, man.
Hopefully, man, because I got to get cleared for back to work, at least light duty or something, you know.
Yeah.
You know, this
well, you could, I thought that's why you were doing those training videos.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like be able to
like
travel.
safety videos.
Yeah, but be able to travel, get back on the field, drive.
To actually even get out there.
Yeah, pack my luggage and.
Because it's one thing to say, hey, Sin, you can work light duty or work safety. The problem is well, I've got to be able to get out there. Yeah. Like right now, once you have surgery, you can't even get on a plane and get a rental car and drive out there yet. You could right now, but you're about to get back surgery, and you won't be for a little while after that. Like you could probably right now, if you really, really wanted to, really had to, you could probably get on a plane, get a rental car, and get out there. But you would just so overexert yourself, you'd probably be back in rehab again. Right? Yeah, you're just not ready for that yet. But that's what short-term disability's for, dude. Look at that. That was pretty smooth the way it got all the way over left. I told you in hurry mode, they ought to just say hurry to the left. That's what they cut it off. But if I was going to rename it, I would call it hurry to the left. Be on here for about 2 miles. Have you ever been to those, the Michoacana over there? Or you go to those smaller ones, don't you?
Oh, they got a Michoacana right there?
Right there. I was wondering about that one. It's big too. They got like a fish market, meat market. That one's
Really?
big.
I didn't know they.
You didn't see that right there?
They just probably built that. No, I used to go to one down the road.
Yeah, you ought to try that one. Well,
Is it a Michoacana?
Yeah. And it had a fish market, had a meat market, a restaurant. I said Michoacana.
Oh man.
So it's probably the same. I'm assuming it's the same group.
Yeah, if it's the same one, man, I love that place. That's where I buy my meat.
Yeah.
I grill for barbecues.
Yep.
And
Yeah, they have the best brisket, and barbecue meat. That flank steak.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people. That's one thing I tell people is like, you make some of the best Mexican food I have ever. Not as good as what's Alma's mama's name?
Esperanza.
Now Esperanza. But that's years. I mean, Esperanza. That's straight from the motherland when she's making it.
Yeah.
But you make pretty good too. You make good Mexican food and authentic stuff, right?
Well,
Like those stews that you make.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fusion, like kind of. It's a yeah.
You add your little Vietnamese fusion into it.
Some kind of weird fusion.
Yeah. Esperanza's is like straight from the motherland. Yeah, that food she made. Oh, you know who else made some good food? That gal that you were hanging out with for a while. What was her name?
Oh, Cindy.
Cindy. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, she had some. Anyway, but man, she could cook her butt off. We'll just leave everything else. She was nice though, man. She was good people.
Yeah.
But she just had, obviously she had her things going on. But
I still talk to her.
yeah, no, she's good people, man. I'm talking about everything else around her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, she is good people. I like Cindy. And she can cook her butt off, man. Man, that girl, you could tell she was raised with that authentic, whatever her mama. Is her mom from Mexico?
I don't know what her mom.
Whoever. Let's leave that. In fact, get on to the next one. I don't want to get into that
She's
area
some kind
either.
of Hispanic.
Well, no, I know that.
Mexican. Her
No, she's Mexican. I know that she told, but I just don't know who came over first or when. So let's leave that part off the video. But yeah, man, she can. Whew, Lord, she could cook. And she would clean the house up too after she was done. She would leave my house cleaner than when she came in. I was like, you gotta do that, Cindy. Damn. Yeah, I think she was just raised like that. Like, I'm not just gonna cook for you. I'm gonna clean your house and make sure you're taken care of. I'm like, shit, I need to get me a Mexican woman. All right, that was a joke, by the way, everybody. I was not making aspersions on any other women. All women are beautiful. I love everyone. All of you. All flavors. I'm right. We're Baskin Robbins, baby. How many flavors Baskin Robbins had? 31, 50?
Yeah.
I'm for all 31 of them flavors. All women are beautiful to me, right, Sim?
Yeah.
They all have their special. Let's see what this thing's going to do. Is it going to try? Well, it's probably waiting on that truck right there. Okay, now we've ascertained they're not going to. It's like going, and then all right. I guess it's just making sure these trucks aren't pulling out in front. Let's see if it'll pull around. If it either parks or just pulls around to the front. Let's see. It wants to pull around. Let's see if is it going to take us straight to the front, or now we got a pedestrian. Is it going to end here? Yeah, it's going to end here. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 can help you fill all that out. So is that for the actual placard?
Yeah, it's temporary. How long is it temporary for?
Yeah, they're always temporary. I don't think any of them are like permanent. So I think you even like when elderly folks get them, it's temporary, so they have to renew them every so often. So that, we got a lot of traffic here on the feeder. Just gonna have to wait a little bit, and they're coming in hot too. There we go. Take a gap. Nice. And we had about a 50-foot gap there, and we took it. Awesome. So you need to fill that out and then take it to the DMV?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because you're going to the DMV tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
And then you got your, you said you got your prescription redone?
Oh.
What were you saying? There was two things you said. So you got that.
Yeah, it came with the prescription, right? I mean, for the note for the...
Oh, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like drug prescription. And that guy stopped on a dime, but we were ready for him. You need to make any more stops before we head home, or just head home?
Just head home.
Okay, you'll take care of it later on if you need anything. Yeah, those getting to the point where those burgers are getting to be about 45 minutes old, so.
Yeah. You know, I didn't drink yesterday, and I used to drink every day.
That's good, man. See, that's like, you become like an every other day.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah, it's always good to have like a day here or there, like mix it in, where well, that's probably a bad term. Don't mix it in, but you know what I mean, where you just take a break, and then when you do have a few, you enjoy it more, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't drink it all yet. I noticed that. Like you haven't have not needed to make as many stops for that. That's good. Well, and plus you knew you needed to get up a little earlier today, and you're going to go see the doctor.
So this is cool because it's a place card, so it's
Yeah,
I could
just put it on
in any vehicle that I'm in.
any vehicle so it's not, this is my understanding, that it's not specific to a vehicle, it's specific to you.
Yeah.
So any vehicle that you're in, you just hang it up over the rear view mirror or any place in the vehicle so it can be visible, so that they don't tow you.
Yeah.
Somebody left their grocery cart. That's an interesting place to... Well, I guess you got the Kroger right over there, but still, that's a long way to go with a grocery cart. And over some pretty interesting terrain. All right, we're going to get around this truck. So that's a great maneuver. Wow. Sorry, Sin. Sometimes I get excited about things that she does. I let her know it. I don't hold back. But you also know I say when she does things that aren't good. Like when we went through that school zone a few days ago. I'm transparent, right? I say the good, the bad, and the ugly. Although there's not a lot of ugly anymore. Pretty much mostly good. Got a used car lot over there. Smith Village RV Park. Yeah, got a lot of RV parks around here in Porter. That's all right. Good people. Maybe they don't want to be tied down to one spot.
Yeah, or people just, working.
Yeah, working. Hook up to... I mean, those are some nice RVs in there, too.
Yeah.
But we definitely got our share of those RV parks here in Porter. But it makes sense. We're about 40 miles away from Houston. downtown Houston. And so these RV parks around here are probably a little cheaper. You know, the power rates are good. Hook up to some water. So you're still on city water out here. Like you don't have to get on like tank water. We're waiting on that truck. Yeah, I think we're waiting on. So we got that truck turning right there. And then we got another oncoming truck right there. So we should be good after this truck. And we are. Let's go. So yeah, it's actually a good location for RV parks especially if you're like working. That's what you ought to think about one of these days, man, is getting your little, you don't need a big one, just a small to mid-size RV. You'd probably save a lot of money. You'd pocket a lot of money. You know what I mean? Because your per diem would be the same regardless.
Yeah, I don't think I get per diem. Yeah, they're gonna pay for my hotel and I'm gonna be on.
Oh, so they're just gonna pay straight up. Well then,
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what they do to the other safeties.
Yeah.
You know,
but you're just talking about while you're safety.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you're back to full strength.
Yeah.
Like when you're full strength on a crew, they don't pay your hotel bill. They pay you a per diem. Oh, you're getting a call. Let me get that for you.
Yes, please. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
No, I just got back from doctors. They had to put a cast on me. A body cast. So they could do, so they could do my the harness. So they just made me a cast and then I had to stop by the doctors and get a temporary disability parking thing. Yeah, what's going to, you at the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe told me to tell you hi. He said you know who you are.
Yeah, what about Jamie? He over there too?
Which one is Jamie?
Joe's foreman. Old school.
The black guy?
Yeah. Yeah, tell him Sin said hi too. Tell him Sin said one of these days, one of these weekends we're gonna have to go out to eat.
Yeah, he just passed me. He going to the food truck, but I think we're about to leave.
Yeah, y'all about to get rained out. Y'all about to get rained out.
What they said.
Well, that's good, man. Them some good peoples. You know, they're really good peoples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I promise you, they ain't gonna.
They must hang together all the time because they say Joe like to eat them hogs, logs, everything. Goddamn black folks.
He's Samoan, man. Of course they is, man. They're a lighter shade of black folks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, they good peoples, man. Man, my son's part Samoan. His mom is actually Samoan and black.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
They real good people. Yeah. But.
I said, where's he at now? I said, well, he had a surgery, so he's got a house for a minute.
Oh yeah, he would love to have me work for him. Joe would love to have me work for him because we almost had the most piles on the last project we was on together, and we ran out of steel. And Jamie was out of town, so I was foreman for Joe, and I was just turning and burning.
Jamie right here. He's walking up to the truck now.
Jamie. Jamie.
Go ahead.
Jamie.
He said he ain't no damn Jamie.
Oh, that ain't Jamie?
No, this is Charlie.
Oh no, I thought that. So Joe, you guys ain't got Jamie? Jamie work with y'all?
He thought you was Joe's foreman. I said I don't know what his name is, but I said that's his job.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was Jamie.
Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Charlie.
My bad, Charlie. I thought Jamie was out there with you guys.
You
Jamie Richardson from California region.
Oh, no. I don't know what Jamie is.
Oh, okay. But you know who I'm talking about.
He probably went back to North Carolina somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what Jamie is.
All right, my bad, Charlie. You know we.
All right.
But you be safe out there.
Y'all finished?
Hey, Mama,
Okay.
I'm just now getting home, man. I'll call you in a bit.
Okay, bro.
Okay, bye.
Yep, that was it. All right. All done with your call? Yep.
Yeah.